I hope you guys are all doing well. So the title of my video today is, can everyone find self-love at any size? And so the answer to that question is going to be explained today, at least what my opinion is of that topic. So before we get started, please say hello if you guys are watching live. I'd love to say hi back to you. If you're watching later on the replay, please say #replay or say hello then, and I can come back to you later on. I always love to see who's watched the videos and who's been around, and so yeah, so let me know. So if you are if you're watching this on Facebook, I would encourage you to go over to YouTube when this video is done and search up my name in the search bar, and then you can if you're interested in all the topics that I cover, you can subscribe to my channel and press the bell to receive notifications every time I come live. Facebook it doesn't always let people know when we come on live, so YouTube's a little more consistent with that. So if you're liking what I do, you can find me over there. Can everyone find self-love at any size? This is a topic that I'm super passionate about and is part of the work that I do with my clients and part of my mission to um, help people see their beauty, see their worth, and find that self-love for themselves. And self-love is a journey. Like, I'm not saying that you can find self-love and then you're good. You don't have to continue working on it. Self-love is definitely something that you have to continue to work on and grow with, and we are all learning and growing as we go on our journeys, right? But I do believe that everyone can find self-love at any size, and we have a lot of limiting beliefs that um, we are instilled from when we are little, that we are, that we're not confident, so we'll never be confident. And so we're going to go through some of that in this video. So tell me on a scale, if you're watching this now or later, tell me on a scale of like 0 to 10 where you think your self-love is at. If you feel like you are just beginning your journey, or if you feel pretty good about your journey and you're working hard at that. So 0 being not very well, and 10 being like, I'm amazing and I'm getting better every day. So something interesting that I always come back to, and that's a part of my mission, is that only 4% of women actually feel that they are beautiful. The rest of us, the 96%, believe that they are not beautiful, that they are not worthy, that they struggle with their own self-love, right? And so that kind of really stood out to me, in the fact that it is a really big problem that us as women have, is that we continually feel not good enough, we don't feel worthy, we don't feel confident, and really all that bases from self-love. So how we feel about ourselves is how we're going to show up for life, how we're going to be successful, is all about starting from here, right? And that's something that took me a while to learn, and I'm still learning and working with that. But I am here to share those tools that I've learned so far that have helped me, in hopes that that helps and inspires someone else to maybe start that journey for themselves. So the first limiting belief that I find people have with this whole self-love thing is that people think that they can only find self-love if they are a certain weight or a certain size. And so that is a limiting belief that is placed upon women, that they have to, by society really, of that you have to be a certain way, to be a certain size in order to have self-love for yourself. So a person in a larger body cannot have self-love for themselves, because clearly they don't love themselves if they are overweight, which is not true, right? So a limiting belief that people have is this whole idea is that our self-love for ourselves is made up of our size and our weight, which is so far from the truth, right? And that's typically what ends up happening to people, is they go through these weight loss journeys, me specifically, and you come out feeling worse at the end, because you felt like that was the thing that's going to fix the problem of how you feel about yourself, is to lose the weight. And when you don't have that kind of confidence and self-love for yourself after that journey, you're kind of like, well, now what? Now what do I do? And so really starting to take that journey inside is going to help you on your self-love journey, and it's going to help you to feel more self-love for yourself, because you're going to be able to start showing up for people, and you're going to be able to just all these things, like our confidence, our mindset, our worthiness, are all based upon our self-love, right? And so starting to work on those things, like I teach a lot of holistic ways to help with your self-love journey. So things like yoga, mindfulness, meditation, um, journaling, crystals, a lot of those things that have helped me. And so I would suggest, if a person has that limiting belief of believing that they're only worthy of self-love if they are a certain size, that to just start working on those ways to help change your mindset of like, no, really, it doesn't matter what size I am. I can have self-love for myself at either end of the scale or the size chart, right? So the second thing, second limiting belief that I find people have when it comes to self-love at any size is our confidence. So often people think that only people who are a certain size can have confidence. Can only certain people are worthy of being successful. And the thing with confidence, you guys, is that people don't realize that confidence is not something that you're either born with or you're not born with. Confidence is something that is a learned skill. It is something that you have to work on, that you have to consistently show up for, and kind of work on. And like the confidence thing, I think, ties into the whole people pleasing type of person, or the person who has trouble setting boundaries for themselves. So if that feels like that's something for you, that you feel like you either have trouble setting boundaries, or if you are a people pleaser, which, raise your hand if you are either a people pleaser or recovering. That is a skill I'm working on. But you will find that the people who struggle with maintaining those boundaries and kind of like people pleasing all the time, of like doing all the things and never saying no to anything, those are the people that are not probably going to have that good of confidence. They're not going to be like sure of their abilities and confident of who they are and what they are, without being like trying to be molded into something you're not. So when you get that confidence, you guys, it actually feels so good. And that's something I've worked on for myself, and I hope to help more people with changing their confidence, because confidence is huge. It's how it's like the base of a successful person. If you're successful in your career or your life, usually it's because you're pretty darn confident about your abilities and how you're showing up for the world. And people see that. People like I've always read things to say like confidence is attractive. If you're a person that's walking into a room proud of who you are and like holding yourself up high to that standard of like, like, I think people can tend to feel like that's could be like a conceited thing, but at the end of the day, I feel like if you hold yourself up to that standard of like, I am worthy to be in this room, I am important, I am valued, I am confident, right? So once again, like skills that have helped me, or like practices that have helped me with my confidence, have been journaling, has been huge. And I think stepping out of comfort zones has helped me to be more confident, and things like that. And then also learning to say no, learning to set boundaries also helps with my confidence. And so those are things that could help you guys if you're in that boat of not feeling so confident in your own body or your own self. So if you're able to work on that confidence piece, then you're going to start to find a little bit more self-love for yourself, right? So that's another thing. So the third thing that I find people who are struggling with self-love is they have this mindset that they're not worthy, that they're not worthy of good things, they're not worthy of love, they're not worthy of happiness, either. And usually, like, a lot of my struggle was I didn't believe I was worthy of those things because of my size. And so I did a lot of work, once again, around journaling, meditations, affirmations. Yoga has been a big thing too. So like finding these practices for yourself that kind of help to lift you up and rise you up from above those things of your limiting beliefs that you're setting for yourself, of that I can only find self-love at a certain size. I can only find self-love if I'm confident. I will only find self-love if I am worthy, right? So all these things, luckily, are things that we can work on and things that we can change about ourselves. And you guys, it's amazing how you start showing up for life once you have kind of worked on these things. worked on your body acceptance and your body positivity, and learning that you are deserving of love regardless of your size, regardless of your weight. And it's amazing the confidence you feel once you start to realize that. And how when you're setting those boundaries and you are starting to say no to the things that don't serve you or that aren't a part of your path that you want to be on or part of your dreams or your goals, that you start to show up for life a little more confident than you did before. You don't take kind of crap from anybody. You figure out the people who you want in your life and the people you don't. Like, there's so much growth comes out of these things. And once again, the last thing of feeling unworthy. So feeling worthless. If you are able to switch that around, then you're going to be showing up to the table saying, I am worthy of happiness and love, and I'm worthy of my dreams and my goals, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make them happen. Not to say that everything is always okay, but it's good for us to always be working on these things, because if we don't work on ourselves and if we don't work on these things, then it's probably never going to change, right? So it's really a good practice to start to analyze what your self-care practices look like, rating yourself like on a scale of 0 to 10 on how you feel about your confidence, how you feel about if you love your body, if rating yourself on like whether you feel worthy or not worthy. So starting to analyze these things is really going to help you to feel more of that self-love regardless of your size. So I hope these couple tips helped you guys, and just kind of, if you resonated with any of those limiting beliefs, just know that I'm here to help. I have a lot of different things that I share with the world that in hopes to change that 4% of women who don't feel beautiful, on helping them to change that and see their beauty and that they are worthy of love at any size that they are. And so if any of this that I said resonates with you, I do have a free community called Imperfectly Perfect You. We are a group of women who empower each other to love our imperfectly perfect selves. And I strive to make it really focused around self-love at any size, and just improving all those things that I talked about, and more, right? There's lots of challenges. We have a 21-day Finding Your Magic challenge in there, along with tons of other challenges, self-love challenges, so many good stuff in there, you guys. So if you're not a part of that community already, you should be. We are lots of fun. And so there's that. And then if you're wanting to work with me on a deeper level, if these are things that you're just not comfortable sharing in a group setting, or if you just need some one-on-one support, I have a couple different ways you can work with me or access what I'm up to. Let me find it here. I do have an 8-week course called Finding Your Magic. It's a journey to finding love for your imperfectly perfect self through journaling is our main focus in that program. We focus on 8 weeks of journaling, with focusing on our mindset, our confidence, our boundaries, our forgiveness, all sorts of good stuff. That program is half off right now. It's going to be going up based upon all the good content in there. You get weekly yoga videos in there. You get weekly meditations. You get 3 check-ins with me personally throughout this 8-week course, so you have access to me and allowing me to kind of check in with you and help you along your way of your journaling practice. And with that, I have my self-love journal that kind of is a companion to the course, and that's also available now, that you could either choose to do the course with the journal, or you could do the journal on its own. That's also available to you. I think the link to that book is in the description of this video. And one more thing, just because I'm a self-love coach, so I help women to find that self-love for themselves through many different holistic approaches. So I'm a yoga teacher, meditation teacher. I really my practice and my journey myself has helped a lot of aromatherapy and crystals and journaling and stuff like that. So it's a really holistic approach that I base it upon chakra work as well. There's lots of cool things. So I have a self-love coaching program. If that's something that you're interested in learning more about, just message me the word self-love, and we'll just have a little conversation to see if I'm able to help you in your self-love journey, and just help you to find that self-love at any size. Because I'm really I'm really wanting to help people with that because I think it's something that's changed my life in so many positive ways, and I hope that I can help other people to also find that same type of love for themselves, right? So enough of all that stuff, you guys. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you are having an awesome day, and I'm gonna pop out of here. So we will talk to you guys soon. Okay, bye guys.